circle, triangle, square. These are the building blocks of all things in the universe. And that's a true scientific fact. Good luck fact checking me when they outlaw science. So there's that. I don't have another good introduction because what else do you do for a video game that is just square stuff? So that's what that is. That's what we did today.
It's beautiful.
Uh, anyways, thank you. Anyways, today on the Movie Theater Butter podcast, we are looking at the new Minecraft movie. There you go.
Hmm.
Adapted adapted from the beloved sandbox video game of the same name. This episode we are joined by none other than the wonderful Ashley, whose last name I don't know. Oh my god, Ashley, what's your last name?
Andrews.
Andrews. Today we are joined by the wonderful Ashley Andrews. And Ashley, who are you and why are you here today? That
So
sounded
my name
so
is.
mean, but go ahead. So I just like
No, it's fine. It sounded wonderful. My name is Ashley, and I'm here because I am a fellow crafter of the mines, and I'm very passionate about my craft. My craft, Minecraft, whatever. Um, but yeah,
perfect. Yeah.
so I felt like, watching this movie was a very spiritual experience for me. So I'm glad to talk about it today.
Wow, spiritual experience.
Spiritual, yeah.
Wow. It's going to be fascinating. A little bit of a spoiler alert. I did not have a great time with this movie. And it is what it is. So we're going to go through it. But first we always start out with a favorite quote. So
Hmm.
Ashley, did you come prepared with a favorite quote from the film?
I did. I actually have it memorized.
Oh yeah?
So,
Yeah? I
yeah,
swear
you
to God,
ready
it's
for
going to be
this?
the same one as mine, isn't it? Yeah, go ahead.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Not my
That's a
favorite
great
quote.
start.
I feel like that was one of the things where like I didn't hate that, but it didn't start me off well. You know? Like I kind of started off this
Okay.
movie and I was like, "Oh, so you just like read a Reddit post and like that's how you made the
Yeah.
movie." You know?
I just thought it was a start that was like, wow, this is going to be the worst movie I've seen in my life. And I think that was a great start for me.
You're like you want it to start shitty so that the rest of the film can kind of like make up for it and like come back from
Yeah.
it.
I was like, is it going to get better or is
Okay,
it going to
okay.
stay this exact line like the whole movie? Is it going to
And
feel
it
like
didn't
that?
get any better. So that was my
No.
craft.
Hmm.
Um me just shitting on it this whole time. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but like we'll get into it in a second. I
Yeah,
have thoughts, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having a whole discussion about it today.
exactly.
So I technically came with three favorite quotes. But I think I'll say all three of them. I'll say all three of them. So there's a line that goes, "My dad says math has been debunked." It's like when they're in the school and some random kid says it out of nowhere, and I'm like, very nice, very good. Yeah,
That's
that felt
great.
like really
That's a
really
great line.
timely, like really poignant to the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good line.
Thank you, thank you. I wrote it myself. I actually put it in the movie.
Wow, that's amazing. You did so good.
Thank you. I just wrote that one line and literally nothing else. Another one of my favorite quotes was, "Everyone wants to sue me once I hit them with my Jeep." Wait, no, hang on. I
Oh,
said that wrong. "Everyone wants to sue me once I hit them with my Jeep Grand Cherokee." Which was just so like that was the one thing in this whole movie that I genuinely laughed out loud. I lulled. Ashley, in theaters. I lulled.
dude, I
Yeah,
actually wish I brought that as my quote because that was my favorite line from the movie.
it was good. And it was
It
so
was
like out
just
of
that was a good
pocket
one.
and like perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think that was actually my letterboxd review for this movie is I think it was that I wanted to hit someone with a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Oh no, I said this is an
Yeah.
advertisement for Jeep Grand Cherokee.
That's what it felt
Um
like too.
yeah.
Is okay, because like
Mhm.
every like big budget movie has things in there that are very clearly advertisements. Like Twisters has
Mhm.
the Dodge Ram that they were like so gung ho about. Like, let's show this Dodge Ram a million times so people buy it.
Mhm.
And this one felt like jokingly perfectly obvious with it because again they were like
Mhm.
Jeep Grand, and no, there's no reason to say the full make and model of a car. unless the movie
Oh,
is about cars. So they were like, once I hit them with my Jeep Grand, it's just so fucking funny. So good.
yeah. That was great. That was great.
And then my third favorite one was one that I laughed at in theaters that nobody else laughed at in theaters. And not to say that, like, I'm not saying that in a way of like, oh, I'm quirky and I have like a intelligent sense of humor, except cut to everything else that I'm going to say in this podcast. So maybe that is the vibe. But my third favorite quote was this quick little bit where they're with that like really creepy looking dude who becomes what's her face's like new boyfriend, fiance. You know what
Mm,
I'm talking
mm-hmm.
about? The
Yeah, yeah,
guy,
yeah. The villager guy.
the villager guy. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's in the context of like that whole story, that whole side story. And somebody asks, "Are you finished?" And our girl, whose name I forget, responds, "No, I think he's Swedish." And I just like I fucking laughed because I'm like, "Oh, I get it. You think that
I did
this
love
person's
that.
asking, is he Finnish?" And I was like, clever. That one was
You
clever.
know, I did. Hey, I'm not a normie as well because I also laughed at that in the theaters. So,
Hell yeah. Because you're not like the other girls, you know. You have a
mm-mm,
specialized sense of humor.
exactly. I didn't laugh at Chicken Jockey. I laughed
I
at He's
didn't
Swedish.
I didn't laugh at all at Chicken Jockey. That moment happened in theater and I was like, I'm too smart for this.
You didn't bring a chicken to the theater with you? That's crazy.
I did. So was that a real thing? Let me ask you. Was that a real thing? Or was
That
that
was a
like
real
clever
thing.
marketing? Oh god.
Actually, yeah, that could be. I don't know. I really feel like that happened. Like people are just stupid.
People are just stupid. Myself included.
Yeah.
I am people.
I am people, but I don't know if I'd bring a chicken into a movie theater. I'd also feel
No,
bad for
leave
the
the chickens
chicken.
alone. Yeah.
Right. Because you also have to
Leave
like
them
be holding it
alone.
down the whole movie. It was like in the middle of the movie they said chicken jockey. It's a long
Yeah.
time to hold a chicken in your lap.
For what? For like a 5 second TikTok that's going to be viral and
Right.
make you have a lot of notifications for 3 days, and then the rest of your life is just bland and boring and you can't make rent. Like, don't
Right.
bring a chicken to the theater.
You want the peak of your life to be in the Minecraft movie? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, imagine being
Mm.
like you're retiring and you've had like a pretty happy life otherwise. And you're just telling your grandchildren stories and you're like, I went viral on TikTok once. I brought a chicken to a theater. I don't remember what it was for, but it was funny. And like that's it. Like you peaked when you put a chicken in a theater and I don't know.
Right?
It's just like, come on, guys. Come on.
Mm-mm. Let's not.
Yeah, back in my day, we had to say stuff like road work ahead. I sure hope it does.
Peak
I know it's
comedy.
good. Peak
We'll
comedy.
never get better from there.
And you know what's not peak comedy? Minecraft, guys. Minecraft is not peak comedy.
Mm-mm.
I didn't enjoy it. Let's get into it. So,
Let's get into it.
the first thing that I want to ask you, Ashley,
Hmm.
is in what world is a delicate pile of tater tots considered a pizza pie? Riddle me that.
I think that was a crime.
Yeah.
But she really was trying. She really tried, but it wasn't the right attempt there.
Like, I can see where that could be like a silly kind of fun food, but like
Hmm.
also just straight up the design of it. I was like, that's just tater tots on top of each other. Like, if you're gonna
Really,
technically make something like a tater tot pizza, smush them down with
right?
toppings and things. Like, make it, and then ultimately it's just kind of like a casserole. But like, I don't know, man.
And then you're making him take the whole thing to school with him. Like he's gonna get beat up. Like
Yeah.
how are kids gonna even eat it? They don't have plates. They don't have napkins. It's just like, hey, do you want a slice of this tater tot monstrosity?
And what if a kid has a potato allergy, and then you've just killed a child?
Exactly.
Considerations
Mm-hmm.
to be made. I think another thing in kind of like the context of potato and this movie, I also wanted to ask you, and this is a genuine question because
Mm-hmm.
Ashley has experience with the Minecraft video game. I've never really played it. I think I played it for like 10, 20 minutes one time and didn't really fully grasp it and just kind of like did a couple things and that's it. So I don't have
Mm-hmm.
the in depth knowledge that you do about this. So I genuinely
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ask you, is there some sort of like reference that I missed with the scary potato mascot that they have like in the real world?
You know, so for the people that are watching this that are big Minecraft fans, like I really like Minecraft and I've played it a lot. but I feel like I'm not in like the Minecraft community, if that makes sense. Like I'm not like
Yeah.
I like to play the game. So maybe there's an inside joke from like Reddit or like something, but
Oh, like
not that
deep
I
in the
know of.
lore.
Yeah, because like from my knowledge of just
Okay.
playing the game, no. But
Okay.
there could be something deeper in it, like if it's like a side joke, or maybe like I know like there are a lot of like Minecraft YouTubers too, and like I used to
Yeah.
watch a couple back in the day, but like nothing that I can think of that like came up. So like I don't know. I
Huh.
think there were like a couple of like references to like something like Minecraft YouTuber thing in the movie, but I didn't know it.
Okay.
I more just
Okay.
like played the game itself. But in the game itself, just the base game, no.
Okay. So no scary potato mascot.
No.
Excellent. Okay. So what the fuck was that? Why
I
were they
know.
like? Where did that come from? Like when you're, I don't know, because and here's like the thing. Oh, hang on. Here's the thing of this whole film is like it's a sandbox video game, right? There's not like a
Right.
storyline to the video game, as far as I know. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's a sandbox video game, and so to adapt that into a film is on one hand incredibly challenging, and on the other hand, it gives you a significant amount of freedom with the story.
Mm,
But like to use that freedom and to all of a sudden add in like a lot of this excess lore of these different characters and like garbage man. We spent like 30 minutes on garbage man's backstory, which like did we fucking need that? No, we didn't. And it was fine. It was fun and it was cool, but like why in a Minecraft movie? Like make that his own movie. I don't know.
yeah, no. And like there's like parts of the game that like because you can like beat Minecraft by like defeating the Ender Dragon, but the Ender Dragon wasn't even like in this movie.
Mhm.
So it was just like, yeah, a whole little side plot that they just made for fun. But
That's
it just
crazy.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Huh. And
interesting.
specifically to choose like square pig people, which I think the design
Right.
was actually pretty good. I'll give them that. That was pretty good.
Yeah. And there those are in the game, but there isn't like a leader pig.
So there's not the lady with the humpback.
No,
Oh,
not
because
to
I
my
loved
knowledge, no.
her. Okay,
Yeah.
I love. Okay, that's crazy. I loved her,
Hmm.
and I loved. So then there's no meaning for like at the end she had that really funny moment where she's like, "Come closer, closer, closer," and he's like, "Are you gonna try to stab me?" Oh, and he knocks away the knife, and she does that like three more times, and it's funny every time. That was a good moment. I like
Yeah, that
that.
was.
But yeah, that is kind of
Hmm.
crazy. It's to me it sort of feels like on some of the stuff we're talking about, I don't feel like they got to the heart of what you can make for a Minecraft movie.
Hmm.
Um Even just like, if there is like a big boss that you can defeat in the game, why not make that the big boss? It doesn't make sense to not really have that.
Hmm. Or like the pig person riding the Ender Dragon or something, like having that in there, like something where they add that in, I guess, because like
Yeah.
that seems like it is an important part of like the end of Minecraft if you do play. It's
It's
interesting.
not good structure to it.
Mm-mm.
Going back to no, this is not going back to anything. I just have like a list of like bullet points of things that I want to talk about.
Mm.
And in all capital letters, I have Jack Black's beard here is awful. Discuss. Do you agree? Do you disagree? How strongly do you feel about his beard in this film?
No, I absolutely agree. I think I see why they did
Good.
it, but absolutely agree. Just, I feel like he should have been able to shave somehow,
Or like at least groom it a little bit, right? You can usually
right?
kind of like make it a nicer shape almost. I don't know. I guess I don't really
Mm-hmm.
have a beard, but
Yeah,
fix it.
you can craft some shears, brother, and
You can craft some shoes. You have fancy. You have a pile of diamonds.
hmm
Fix your beard, trim it. Do
exactly.
do better. Just do better.
Hmm. I guess maybe there aren't mirrors in Minecraft, so he was just chilling.
Ooh, what does
Hmm.
that say about society?
We're too focused on ourselves. We got to get back to the mines.
We gotta get back to the mines. I think that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day is, whether or not this film had the right type of humor, the right type of story, we can all kind of wrap it up by saying we all want to go back to the mines. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any reason for us not to explode the underneathness of the world and dig and chemicals for
Hmm.
shiny rocks.
Yeah. If I just threw away my phone and went into the mines looking for diamonds, I don't think I'd need therapy anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I'd be
You could
fine.
dig for food. You could find food like carrots
Right.
in a cave.
Yeah,
Cave carrots. Like in Stardew Valley,
exactly.
where you
Hmm.
100%.
Make those little bars. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love Stardew. They should make a Stardew Valley movie, okay?
I
I
would
could get
watch the
behind that.
hell out of that movie. Absolutely. That'd be so
That
good.
would be cute.
A little farmer, but also going into the mines.
Yeah.
Let's
You
go.
could do, yeah, and you could kind of like do better mind stuff than this
Hmm.
movie did. Just
Hmm.
kind of be on that for a minute.
Better plot.
Better plot. And okay, so again, here, let me like move my microphone to a place that makes sense. Um and again, the plot, and again, sort of how you adapt a sandbox into a plotline film. There was not a lot of crafting for a movie called
Hmm.
Minecraft, and it felt like, should not that be sort of the main way that they get over the obstacle? And it felt like we had maybe 15, 20 minutes of crafting, of getting through things, but it felt like so much of the movie was this other side stuff, when it's like, I don't know, there should have been so much more time spent on them having to collect different things in order to craft the things
Hmm.
in order to win the day.
Right. We had that little segment where it was like, oh my gosh, he's a master builder, blah, blah, blah. And I actually saw a lot
Yeah.
of criticism from women who were watching this film because they were saying that, like, I'm a woman, I've played Minecraft my entire life, and I just didn't see any representation. Which for me, when I played, I did just kind of build little houses and make things
Yeah.
cute. And, you know, I of course went to the mines, but I don't know, I wasn't like a crazy Minecraft player, but yeah, I saw some criticism that they wanted the like girls to also be like invested in the mining, or not the mining, sorry, the crafting and stuff like that, but instead they just like built a little house.
That, and like even the female characters in this, I think, were incredibly just bland.
Hmm.
And it felt like they just put female characters in there just to have female characters. Like the young girl, and that actress is incredible. I'm so excited that she's like
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
getting big stuff right now. But her character was written so poorly. She was just like
Hmm.
a mom to her brother, and at one point got a little bit emotional about it, and that's kind of it. I was like, that's a huge fucking, like, she should have been the main character. That's a huge burden to put on a kid, and you can explore that a ton through the concept of like a sandbox game. You can talk about all of these different things, how she craves both the adventurous side and the crafting side that is involved in this game. But
Hmm.
again, they just kind of made it like she's a pseudo mom to her brother, and like she struggles. And that's it.
And somehow the realtor gets wrapped up in it.
Yeah, and
Like,
somehow the realtor's there, and like they have a conversation that you could technically say makes this movie pass the Bechdel test, but like not really, you know?
yeah, literally.
It
You
just
know.
was written
Um,
like lazily.
hmm. It's like, how do we get another character in here and have it make sense? Okay, so it's a realtor who's also a zookeeper, but she happens to come by the house when her
Yeah.
brother goes missing. And then it's like, hey, can you help me find my brother? And it's like, why is the realtor back here anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah,
now the
just don't
realtors
question
in
it.
Minecraft
Don't
too.
question it.
Yeah.
Just like they didn't even question, like, the second they went into the Minecraft world, you know what else? There was not enough of them being like, what's going on here? This is all square. And they, like, it's a square world. You need to have that dialogue happen. I don't care how obvious it is, but like, we didn't have that. They just kind of went in there and were like, I guess we need to run away from the scary thing. And I was like, well, okay, cool. But like, have some kind of fucking moment. It's like the same as like when you have a horror movie and people discover that it's ghosts, and you have somebody be like, it's ghosts, like, I figured it out, the problem
Hmm.
is that they're ghosts, and that's crazy, I didn't believe in ghosts. Like, there's like incredibly obvious, but like things that need to be said because they would be said in real life, and they need to like
Hmm.
lead you to the next point of the story. You can't just hop into a magical world of square CGI squishy creature things and be like, yeah, this is whatever.
There was a lot of just like, this is whatever moments in this movie. Just like also with the villager, just like being out and about in town, and
Yeah.
now he's getting married to a human, but like no one's questioning
Yeah.
it. Like, who is this person? Why is he square? What is happening? It's just like, yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Sweden, apparently.
Do you think that this movie would have honestly been better if they had done it in the style of Minecraft?
Mm,
Like the actual honest to God, like 2 dimensional, or I guess technically 3 dimensional, but
yes. I think the live action part was stupid. Like, why couldn't they have done like a Lego movie kind of thing, or like,
mm-hmm.
even the Mario, just make it a cartoon, but Minecraft, like squares. I don't know. I think it could have been better.
Because
I didn't like it.
it would have been more real. I think it would have been a little bit more close to home for people who enjoy the video game. Almost as in
Hmm.
like I never watched this. Wasn't there like a Halo either fan show or real show for a while that
Mm,
was like red versus blue, that kind of thing? And it's
I
like in
think
the same
so.
style.
Yeah, I think I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
that would have been fun. And we could have still had Jack Black. He could have been a
Hmm.
voice.
Right? This movie just it seemed like they were making it to be a meme. Like it wasn't made to be good. It was made to be a meme, the whole thing.
Yeah,
But they probably could have tried to actually make it good, but instead they just wanted it to be stupid. So people would talk about it and buy
fair,
tickets. Which I
fair.
mean, they got me, so I still
Yeah,
bought a
and they
ticket.
got me technically, even though I'm here like
Mm,
complaining about it.
right.
But I still did enjoy it. Like that's the thing too is like even when I talk shit about a movie, like at the end of the day, I had a fun time for the 2.5 hours or whatever that I was there, like enjoying an
Hmm.
experience in theaters. So there's always
Right.
that.
I did laugh quite a bit, but
Good.
it was usually like a I am the biggest what is the word? I am like I eat up any sort of media. I'm very easily amused. So I'm like the perfect audience member for anything. I laugh at a lot of things. Like I got to go to
Good.
more comedy shows cuz I give a lot of laughs out for free.
Good. Gotta
So,
boost the ego of the stand up kid who's like, this is my
mhm.
first time. And I only
Right,
have
no one's
three 9/11
laughing.
jokes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm a big pity laugher too, so you better.
That's why we get along, because that's exactly what I need in life. I need my bland, like, half baked jokes to land with somebody just so that I can feel
Mhm.
better about myself and not experience real, true human emotions, you know? Is that a
I
little too
got you.
deep for the podcast? Was that a little too much? Cut this
We're
out.
getting a little
Feature
bit
Kim.
real.
A little too real for a video game about cubes.
Just start crying during the Minecraft podcast.
And then we just cut everything else out, and it's just like me doing the dumb intro, and then like cut to just like genuine human emotion, like freaking crying. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds great. 10 out of 10.
So this is maybe a fun fact. I guess it is a fun. This is what do I say? This is a fun fact. Ashley, are you ready to hear a fact that is also fun?
I'm so ready for a fun fact.
I'm so glad you are. So the fun fact I want to bring to you is that Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't actually. That's crazy.
Having sold over 300 million copies and maintaining nearly 170 million, holy shit, 170 million monthly active users as of 2024.
Brother. See, so why couldn't they have
Mm-hmm.
made an actual good movie then? Like, they didn't have to be so jokey. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like they would have had genuine, like, supporters of this movie. Like, of course, it's going to be silly, but it doesn't have to be a whole meme. Because this whole movie was just a meme.
yeah.
Like,
There was very, very little like genuine emotional bits. And that's the thing with any sort of comedy is you need a balance. You need like a real, emotionally charged story, and then you need the humor to be brought into it. Like you have to have that baseline. But this just
right,
like kind of like you're saying, I completely agree with that statement that this movie was made more as a meme than anything,
right. And I don't know
which
if
is
you
sad.
saw, like, right. I don't know if you saw on TikTok, but like the staff at the movie theaters too, I felt so bad because like they literally
Yeah.
had to like write out hour by hour of every time chicken jockey was being said across the theater,
Mm.
so that they could prepare. So it's like they had
For
to
people
staff more
bringing in
people
chickens.
just for the chicken jockey scene,
Like,
which is
where
crazy.
do you even get a chicken? Well, like, that's another question too. Where do you even get a chicken ever? That's it. That's the question.
Well,
Where do you ever get a chicken? I don't know
okay,
where chickens are
see,
found.
yeah, I don't know where you would find a chicken, personally, but here in
In the city?
Michigan,
Oh yeah,
we
that's
got
true. Yeah,
Tractor
yeah,
Supply Co. You can get chicken any time of the
yeah.
day. You just
We
pull on
got
up.
some Bass Pro Shop. There's a couple of chickens.
You can get chicken from there, but usually I think they sell chicks. So that person must have had a chicken from home. I don't know.
they
Bring your
like
own
they
chicken.
like they they,
BYOC.
they bought a chick years ago, and this film was announced as happening, and they were like, just in case they make chicken jockey jokes, I'm gonna have a chicken.
That poor chicken. I did not ask for that.
So let me ask you a question, Ashley.
Anyways.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Mm. Hmm. You know, that's a dilemma that I'll never be able to consider because I think that, technically the egg, but at the same time, cut this out.
No. No, this is good content. This is the kind of thing that
Um,
the internet wants to see when people don't intentionally click on this link, but it just comes up after another video
you asked me
automatically.
that question, and I feel like my brain went completely blank. Like it was just empty.
Well, okay, because here's the thing. This question is meant to confuse us. It's meant to ask us, which came first, the chicken or the egg. There's an answer. There's a real answer. Listen up. Listen up, okay?
Okay. Okay.
It's the egg. Without a doubt,
Okay.
it's the egg. Because here's my thing, right?
Hmm.
Does this question ever specify to us directly that it has to be a chicken egg? It says, which came first, a
Mm.
chicken or the egg?
Mm.
The egg as a concept came well before chickens were a definitive species. Because eggs
Hmm.
exist in other ways.
Yeah. So if it's like the evolution route, it was evolving from whatever a chicken came from. Just came out of an egg one
That's what
day.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's the
So,
egg, and then somewhere along the line, chicken.
mm,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so chicken jockey is like a common thing in the game. It's like an actual thing.
It is an actual thing, but it's not common. I feel like I did not see it often. Like it was
Oh,
like,
it's like niche.
yeah, like I didn't see it very often. But I also am very afraid of the night in Minecraft. I don't like it. So I didn't see zombies very often because I would avoid them at all costs because
Good.
I just didn't like it. So
Good technique. Do you just like hole up in your house usually?
yeah, I hold up my house or I like mine at night and then do stuff during the day. I just I don't like attacking things, but you have to attack things in the game because there are things in the mines sometimes too. But I didn't like attacking things, so I just avoided it the best I could.
Are your houses more of just like stylistically interesting? Are they like the shape that you see from above interesting? Like, what's kind of like your style?
I am very chaotic and I am not good with design. So I built whatever felt fun for me. It did not ever look pretty. Um,
Okay.
and then all of my chests weren't really organized very well. Sometimes I just threw stuff in there. And yeah, I'm a pretty chaotic player when it comes to things like this. So,
Good.
it was just a vibe.
I feel like you're a decently chaotic Fortnite player too. So that tracks.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And my Stardew Valley, my farm is crazy. It's
Dude,
crazy.
I want to see it
I
sometime.
got
I
things that,
finally just
oh,
started a new game
it's
and
rough.
I've like actually made it kind of organized.
Mm.
So I'm like proud of like how nice it looks, but
Yeah, I don't
I
know how
don't
to
know.
do that. So I'm proud.
It's okay. It's a lot of work. Stardew specifically
Hmm.
is like strangely so much work. You gotta level up in this while you're also leveling up in that, while you're also like mining down to the 100th floor, while you're also like fulfilling the community center, which is like a shit ton of work in and of itself.
And then you're trying to date people.
Then you're trying to date people, you're trying to get it with the doctor, and the doctor doesn't want anything to do with you. And then like you end up in the hospital anyways, and you're like, this would be cute. And he's like, don't die.
Literally.
Stardew's
It's
tough,
ridiculous.
man. Okay, so I feel like I do have another question for you. I guess, yeah, okay, so just like kind of a general question. What are some things that you really liked about this movie? Like, what are some moments that you felt were strong?
Honestly, I like the experience of the movie itself. I don't think I like the movie, and I won't say that I'll ever watch it again, but watching it in theaters was actually pretty fun. like, and I think you might be asking me about that later, but I'm kind of going into it now. But I really liked watching it in the theater because it was fun. I watched it on a $5 movie night, so it was like the first $5 movie
Fuck
night of it
yeah.
being out. So
Mm.
the movie was like packed, and like a lot of people were like laughing, and it was like such a stupid movie. Even the people that I went with, I think that was the funniest part because they were laughing so loud, and I'm like, guys, is it really that funny? Like, I didn't realize it was that funny, but
Mm.
I was laughing at other people's reactions too. So I guess like they did something there. Like Jack Black, great.
Yeah.
Um, Jack,
He's
if
kind of
Jack Black
iconic.
wasn't in
Yeah.
this movie, it would be so bad. It would be the worst movie I've ever seen. But
Yeah.
Jack Black does make things a little better. So,
Yeah. He kind of carries the whole film a little bit.
hmm hmm
And that's okay. We enjoy Jack Black. We
yeah,
haven't had like a really good strong Jack Black movie in a minute anyways, so we're like kind of overdue.
hmm
I
right.
think we really also need, speaking of Jack Black, we really need like a dramatic indie film with him. Like, isn't this kind of the time
Mm-hmm.
in Jack Black's career where he shows us like, I'm a serious actor, you know? Like,
Yes.
we know you can do comedy. We love you. We laugh all the time. But where's your like deep dark Sundance moment where you're like
Right.
screaming at your uncle for
Mm,
something obscure and important and relevant to the story that is the
right.
story. Yeah.
What, what was your fave?
Good question. I had like a favorite part in this film. It's probably just the Jennifer Coolidge stuff. Like, isn't that sad
Mm-hmm.
though? But I love the Jennifer Coolidge stuff because she's fucking
I
funny
would
and she's
too. It was
iconic.
so good. Yes.
Yeah.
All of her scenes were great.
And that was like kind of again an interesting part of the story is like, yeah, we have our human normal characters going into the Minecraft world, but then having one of them out in the real world was like kind of funny and interesting to
Yeah,
explore.
like that.
But yeah, I guess my big, we've talked about this a little bit, but my big thing that I just want to toss out into the world is I feel like there's definitely funny parts of this film, but I think so much of the humor of this movie was very like one liner dialogue, which again is
Mm-hmm.
fine, but it's like you have a wealth of tools in the filmmaking world to be able to utilize all these different techniques for laughs and for bits. And it felt very dry having it be kind of just the one liners and not like there wasn't really a lot of action comedic moments. There wasn't really a lot of just even in like the blocking, even in the editing, like there wasn't some of the pacing could have made for funny moments and then just didn't.
Mm-hmm. I did. So in preparation for this podcast,
Mm.
I also watched Nacho Libre,
Oh yeah.
because
Good, good,
it's
good.
by the same director. So it was like same director and Jack Black. It was a little disappointing because Nacho Libre, it's Nacho Libre, right? It's not like the greatest movie of all time, but like I feel like, it has some sentimental value to it from
Yeah.
being when it came out and stuff like that. But I do think the chicken jockey scene, that was pretty funny, a little Nacho
That was
Libre
good.
moment. Jack Black's back in the ring. Watch
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's a lot right. But it is a lot of just like one-liners and little jokes. Like they could have they could have done a little more there.
Oh yeah. 100%. But yeah, any other kind of like big main things that you want to point out in the story that were they felt were like really faithful to original Minecraft, something that you thought was like a really good way of adapting it, or vice versa,
Mm,
something that you were like this was kind of just trash.
mm. I think we kind of talked about it, but like everything was just focused on like this weird plot that they came up with and not really on the game itself. Like we only
Yeah.
saw a little bit of the crafting montage, very small part, but like not even like getting to the mines itself. Like it just wasn't very it didn't feel like the game to me. Like the game is very like
Okay.
of course like there are some things that you fight, but a lot of it is very peaceful and like just like calm, chill, sandbox survival game. So like I don't know.
Mm,
I would have liked some more of like the Minecraft music in the background, maybe like some like cuz like Minecraft music's so classic. Like
yeah.
you just like know it's from Minecraft. So like I don't know. There would have been things that I would have liked to see, but I really can't think of things that were like, wow, this feels really Minecraft. Like, of course, it's the Minecraft movie, but like the game itself,
Yeah,
like talking about the game itself, it just felt, the whole movie felt like a joke.
fair
It is
enough.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like I was really going into it being like, oh, I want, like, expecting it to be really good or like the game. I was expecting it to be how it was.
Which is fair. The marketing did a good job of being true to itself, which was
Hmm.
cool.
Right. They knew what they made.
So, Ashley, are you ready for a movie theater butter pop quiz?
Let's go.
Hell yeah. We have three questions for you today. There are no points, there's no system, there's no anything, no pressure at all. It's going to be public,
Mhm.
so if you get a question wrong, it's more of like an embarrassment thing. Um,
I'm on the edge of my seat.
so
I don't know if you saw
with
me
that being
shift.
said, yeah, you're I can see that you're on the edge of your seat. I saw like for this whole podcast you were very much like in sort of the middle of the back of your seat, and then all
Hmm.
of a sudden kinda like I saw this like scooch up and I was like, oh, she's
Hmm.
on the
I'm
edge
on
of
the
her
very
seat.
edge right now, about to fall out. So hopefully I get the questions right.
Question number one. What is the
Hmm.
rarest ore in Minecraft?
Ooh, it's not lapis. It's not redstone. It's not. It's not. It's like diamonds aren't like they're rare, but not very rare. Obsidian you can mine, I think, if you get a certain pickaxe. Is it obsidian?
Nope.
What is it?
The answer, and I found this online, right? Because I've never played the game, so I hope that this is accurate. But the rarest ore in Minecraft is netherite.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently,
Hmm.
yeah. Question number two. Which enchantment lets you walk on water?
Oh, I do know this. I do know it. But oh my gosh. It doesn't have Swift. Swift boots is something different. Hydro boots.
I kind of love
Water
watching you
walkers.
struggle. Is that crazy? Close. Close.
Water, water stompers, water swifters, water,
Just keep saying
water,
water.
water. Hydro
Water
walkers,
boots.
water
The
boots.
answer is Frost Walker.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You should have got that one. And this is super embarrassing. And the internet will know about
Hmm.
this for all time, always. So good luck with that.
Ooh, okay.
Question number three. What real world place does our mutual friend Jen want to visit
Hmm.
the most?
No way. Wait.
You literally have
Wait.
to get this right because we're gonna tell her
Machu
and
Picchu?
she's Machu Picchu. Correct, correct.
Machu Picchu.
Well done.
I
Never
can't.
forget.
Wow. Oh, I can't believe it.
I couldn't think of a third one, and that's been on my mind so much lately. The world doesn't need to know the context. It's a thing. Jen wants to
Yeah.
visit Machu
Jen
Picchu.
wants to go to Machu Picchu, so if anyone wants to fund that, let us know.
Yeah, we're gonna start a
Um,
GoFundMe page for Jen's trip to Machu Picchu.
yeah. Jen's going to Machu
Yeah.
Picchu.
Oh, that'd be so sick though.
We can build it in Minecraft. Let's start a new server.
Dude, there we go. That's how we tie it in. Way to segue it back, Ashley. Well done.
Thank you.
We're gonna make a
Thank you.
Machu Picchu in Minecraft, and uh, April 1st, 2026, we're gonna. No, that'd be so bad. Because imagine like someone tells you you're genuinely going on this trip, and then they just open up a Minecraft server, and you're like
Right.
crying. Yeah. Wow. We're not
So
gonna do that.
emotional. Ugh,
Hi, Jen.
I wish we would though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Our last question of today, Ashley. How do you think this film is best watched?
So this question, I think I kind of answered. Is that, does that make sense to say like in theaters? Is that a
Yeah,
bad
in
answer?
theaters. That's
Because
definitely
like,
not. No, no. It's kind of a common. I would, and not request. I would gently poke you to give more details, and they can be like any
okay,
kind of details
okay.
at all. It can be like with the temperature being like 56 degrees, or like whatever you think is like
Mm,
the most
hmm.
ideal experience to watch this movie.
Okay. So I would say in the theater, no chickens. I don't want a chicken in the theater. So,
No chickens.
um, in a theater, hopefully with because I think we got lucky where it was like an older crowd. It wasn't a bunch of kids. So like I think that was pretty fun. Just like a bunch of grown people watching the Minecraft movie,
Yeah.
which is
Yep.
pretty funny. Hearing a lot of different people laughing, some people like groaning that the joke was stupid. It's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. I can't say I'd ever watch this alone. I think I would need to be
Yeah.
institutionalized if that were the case. So,
Unless it was like there's an instance in where like you're home alone and you've had a really long day of being home alone and watching the
mm,
same content that you've already watched a million times, and like you're like kind of like low key depressed and you won't admit it to yourself just
mm,
yet, but then you put on Minecraft because you're like, oh, there's that one chicken jockey moment. Like that could
mm,
be an okay
hmm.
acceptable time to watch it on your own.
That's true. I will say in my one of my most depressed moments, I really wanted to watch the Angry Birds movie. And I
That's
can't explain
great.
to you why. But I think I literally like tweeted that I needed to go see the Angry Birds movie, and I did. I almost went by myself because I was so depressed. I just wanted to laugh.
Sometimes you gotta
So
do what you gotta do. Yeah.
the Minecraft movie is pretty similar. So,
I
you
respect
know,
that. I
I
respect that
think
your
yeah.
coping mechanisms are significantly more healthy than, alternatives.
I did almost get a virus on my computer because I tried to pirate the Angry Birds movie, but it was in Chinese.
Hey, we've
Sidetracked,
literally all been
sidetracked.
there.
But have
So,
we?
we if we haven't, we should all be there. Looks
Okay,
directly at the
yeah.
camera. Pirating movies is illegal and really fun. Not that I would know, and I work in the film industry. Don't do that. You wouldn't download a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I say this like every episode now. I've been talking a lot about pirating movies and the
Mm.
consequences. Um, but maybe that's just the vibe, guys. Maybe that's just what's up.
Maybe it is
Wow,
just what's up.
incredible. Well, thank you, Ashley. Our sort of final question, which is not really a question, but I do want to ask you if you feel so inclined to make any part of your social media life public. Do you have a place that the people can find you? And if not, you can say no.
Oh, that's a really good question because I don't think I have any public social media. So
And
you can
that's
find me
fine.
on,
And so the answer is the public can find you nowhere.
yeah, you can't find me. I'm a mystery. But if
Nice.
you want to find me, it's Shlee Reed on Instagram and Threads, I think. Threads is public. That's the only thing that's public. But I think I just tweeted that oh, no, the only thing that I post on Threads says your mom. So if you're interested in
My
that kind of
mom?
content, yeah, your mom,
Wow.
apparently. That's all I posted. So
Super personal. Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Niche. I dig it.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, but yeah,
Anyways, thank you,
don't
Ashley. Glad
find
that we
me.
don't find me. You can't find me. I'm actually under witness protection.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
My name isn't
Thank you for
actually
being with
Ashley
us
either.
today. It's not. That's not
Thank
even your real
you.
face, and it's not even your real
No,
voice. It's
I'm
so different,
AI.
actually.
I'm just.
Yeah. No, you can't. You can't joke about that. You can't joke about that anymore. Because what if you are?
I'm not.
Like.
I'm not. I'm real. I'm real.
Yeah, but that's what an AI would say. So, on that note, thank you
Thank you.
for being on this episode today. Very, very much appreciate it. And yeah,
Yes,
have a good
absolutely.
rest of your night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Well, it sounds like that's a wrap. Thank you for listening to Movie Theater Butter, a Tilkin Productions podcast. Make sure to follow us where you're listening and on our Instagram page at the Movie Theater Butter Podcast. And hey, it couldn't hurt if you gave us a quick 5-star rating on this platform. All right, I'm done. See you next episode.